panel of our laureates.
Do you deeply believe that something like a superhuman's AI exists if we ever achieve this level, or it's the marketing tick of big tech and huge companies? Thank you.
Let me answer the second question first. I think both Demis and I believe we are going to get superintelligence. It's not hype, and it's not designed to distract from other problems with AI. It's what we have believed for a long time. Now, I thought it would be much further away, but the speed of recent developments means I think it's going to be quite soon. I think between 5 and 20 years. I think Demis thinks in about 10 years, we'll get something like superintelligence. And we have to worry seriously about how we stay in control then.
For us, actually, starting a DeepMind back in 2010, we did sort of think through what would happen if we built these kinds of intelligences. Of course, my passion is always to build these types of tools to help us with scientific discovery, as we see today. And I think we'll get amazing things out of that: cures for diseases, helping with energy, climate, a lot of the big challenges we have in front of us as humanity today. But we've always been cognizant as well of the risks that come with any powerful general purpose technology. And I think AI will be one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful technologies humanity will ever invent.
One of the shorter term dangers of AI is the development of lethal autonomous weapons. And there isn't going to be any regulation there. If you look at the European regulations, for example, they have a specific clause in them that says none of these regulations apply to military uses of AI. So governments are unwilling to regulate themselves when it comes to lethal autonomous weapons.
AI is very important technology to regulate. But I think it's very important that we get the regulations right. And I think that's the hard thing at the moment, is it's such a fast-moving technology and evolving so quickly. What we would have discussed regulating a few years ago is not what we would be thinking about regulating now. So what I've been advising governments and civil society to do is to have fast and nimble regulations, maybe build on the regulations in domains that we already have regulations in, like healthcare and transport and so on, and see how the technology develops and then quickly adapt to the way that's going.
Today, there are really staggering differences between countries. In this hyper-connected, globalized world, some of the richest countries are 60, 70 times as rich per capita as some of the poorest countries. Look at before the Industrial Revolution, those gaps were perhaps 3 or 4-fold. Disruptive technological changes or disruptive events often have the effect of creating new divergences. Industrial Revolution was definitely one, world wars. And I think AI promises to be a disruptive one for good and bad. So there is a danger that it will actually widen a lot of gaps. The potential is there, I think, to use AI in ways that could help developing countries, as is quite possible to use AI as an information technology to help workers who are falling behind, students who are falling behind. But I do remain very worried that that's not the direction we're going. And the way in which AI is concentrated in the hands of a very, 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 very small number of people in an extremely oligarchic, oligopolistic setting and in the hands of a very few countries is going to be a further impetus to much greater inequalities.
Incredible resource there that generations of scientists had put.
Good morning, I'm Corina Negra from Radio Romania, Science Department. I have 2.5 questions. So we are speaking about regulation instead of banning